Today we're watching XQC thought talking shit online wouldn't backfire.
Who XQC is like a really brash person who can talk like incredibly negatively about people, like people he knows in real life.
When me and him got into it, that was like 3-4 months ago. Y'all know I don't hold grudges. I didn't really care. Plus, I'm in this nice establishment. I'm here just to have a good time. I'm just happy to be here. But he gets on there and he called me a view botter. He say DDG this and your music sucks and blah, 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 blah. But in person, he wanna shoot a basketball around me with his feet out, with his toes out.
During COVID, XQC's mistreatment of other content creators kind of started this drama a little bit because he would just like treat every content creator like a NPC.
An unintended consequence of Mr. Beast's extravagant and luxurious collaborative event that he did this past weekend was that a lot of streamers had to come from behind the camera and meet IRL, meaning that they would be confronted with all the nonsense and mess that they talked online. We saw how that impacted a streamer like Neon, who has been a social pariah for a couple of years now. But now somebody else whose feet have been put to the fire is XQC, the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde of the streaming world. I don't know why Ludwig phrased it like that. Several streamers pointed out how XQC is different online versus in person. Not only to me does this expose something about XQC himself personally, but it also exposes a secret in the streaming industry that a lot of people do not understand. If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way for this community. Trust me.
Yo, for his and mine both, gang, 100%.
I'm gonna work for that subscription, but please be generous and drop it. Now,
I cannot make that same promise. I may not work as hard as I normally do in this video. I have an hour before I have to go to work.
back into the video. You see, the thing about commentating online in the comfort of your home and racking up a bunch of money is that you can say whatever you want and you don't necessarily have to face the consequences and repercussions of your actions. You can make whatever claims, you can call people whatever names, you can do all these different things, but as long as you are protected by a screen, a comment section, and a fan base that loves you, then nobody can really give you any pushback. And XQC has a history of
That's not even necessarily true. You don't really need a fan base that loves you. You just need a screen and an anonymous ass anime profile picture. And you're good, you're golden. You can talk as much shit as you want.
this, just like any other streamer, and we'll get to that in a second. But when met in real life at the Mr. Beast event, hey man, it's time to nut up or shut up, and seemingly, he shut up.
XQC is like Jekyll and Hyde, because who XQC is on stream is like a really brash person who can talk like off cuff, like incredibly negatively about people, like people he knows in real life. Like he says actually some really like mean about people he knows in the real world. And then you meet him in real life and he treats the person who was online saying those mean things as a different person. And he's like really sweet in real life. And it's like, weren't you just like talking crazy shit? But I think his brain is so corrupt, he views it all as content and not legitimate.
A good old-fashioned switcheroo is what Ludwig is claiming that XQC does. He says these things online that seemingly hurt people's feelings, but then when he gets in person with them, it's nothing more than just content. And I do think that there is a level of understanding in this game, once you get into it, that things that are said on this camera can be for entertainment purposes. If I jump out the window and say somebody like Legend of Winning sucks and I hate his guts, well, in real life, that's my brother, and I'm always gonna love him, and people should understand that I'm probably trying to get people riled up, you know, for the clip, essentially. So a part of me does understand that and agrees with XQC and his explanation about it.
Chat, I think it's why I have an easy time, like, not holding grudges against people that I don't have a problem with. Like, I can say, oh yeah, Ludwig is a bitch ass, he cheated in Among Us, and that's all it is. Like, that part of him stays stagnant in that little spot, and that's just what it is. That's it. I don't need to press him at LAN and tell him I'm jacked to fight me IRL because he cheated in fucking Among Us.
But with that said, I think that there is a clear line that is drawn, and maybe people need better social awareness skills, or maybe people just need to recognize that the stuff that they say is just not going in one ear and out the other for everybody. But people do cross the line when it comes to this reaction, commentary, I'm a streamer lane. The same scenario about my brother. If I were to take it to the next level and start to call him out of his name, talk about his personal life, you know, talk about his looks or whatever the case may be, yeah, I could definitely see at the next family function how we would have some sort of static. But to take it a step further,
From the XQC point of view, I understand it's content. You're supposed trying to be entertaining. You also want to speak on certain topics that are blowing up or trending. I think there's a certain way of giving your opinion that doesn't have to slander or talk down to another content creator, especially because they're gonna see it eventually, right? You're huge, he's huge, right? So eventually they will see it, And they will feel some sort of way, especially when you're talking down on their brand or who they are. At the end of the day, they are their brand.
These guys don't even know each other. So how do we know that you're always playing or that it's content or whatever the case may be when you're calling me a bitch ass? As a real street nigga, bitch ass is offensive. And maybe people could excuse XQC if it was just a one-off type situation, but this happens multiple different times with multiple different content creators. Remember when XQC was running around saying that everybody was view botting?
Even Kai's pretty natural too. So some of Kai's friends though, I'm not. Hey, if I speak, I'm. If I speak. I'm gonna show you something that's a bit off the charts. I got you, bro. Yesterday, I didn't even know about this guy, and I think it's the GOAT.
Does he have a stuttering problem? I'm not gonna like one of my good homeboys that I play the game with a lot. He also has a stuttering problem. So I'm not gonna sit here and just talk shit if he has a stuttering problem, but I mean I am curious. I don't really watch him.
This guy might be the GOAT. He's just doing it better. 1K next day, 800. Next day, 8K. Next day, 60K. That's the GOAT. Then they have 20, 30, 20. That's the absolute GOAT of streaming.
Oh, you say I'm botting. Listen, yeah, I do not care enough to bot no goddamn views. You think if I'm spending all this money, bro, you think I'm finna motherfucking pay for some goddamn bots? I don't care that much.
Now, I think in an attempt to unearth some sort of conspiracy theory that was going on in the streaming industry, XQC was going at just about anybody and everybody when it came to view botting. And now sitting in 2026 as the CEO or founder of Night Media put out an article about view botting and how if you're not view botting, you're losing, which we should probably get into either on a video or a stream on this channel. We probably don't have the same feelings about view botting as we did a year or 2 or 3 ago. But for what it's worth, those claims back then even were detrimental. A slew of hate came to Rakai, Reggie, and the rest of Clover Boys, and then a slew of hate came to DDG amidst the claims of them being view botters. And the only thing that these guys could do was defend their names online and social media. But when given an opportunity to confront these things face to face, it seems as though XQC kind of tucked tail on the claims and wasn't really about that life, wasn't really willing to stand on that square about the situation.
Oh, why you telling niggas I view bot? Like, why, what makes you think I view bot, right? He goes, no, I always
Oh my God.
I wasn't saying that, bro. I wasn't saying that at all, bro. I wasn't saying that at all. I was just saying,
This is crazy as fuck because Rakai, I think he's doing a pretty good impersonation.
and on like the shimmy. I'm like, nigga, speak. All you niggas keep saying, motherfucking. I stutter.
XQC is not somebody that I would ever look at and be like, that was my first time seeing him in person. Mind you, when me and him got into it, that was like 3-4 months ago. Y'all know I don't hold grudges. I didn't really care. Plus, I'm in this nice establishment. I'm here just to have a good time. I'm just happy to be here. I'm not finna press XQC and try to fight with him in front of all these streamers and all these corporate people and Mr. Beast and all of this and come in here and be ghetto. I'm professional.
No, that's real as fuck. You should not be doing all that extra shit, especially at a Mr. Beast invitation or like event or anything like that. Just because it doesn't follow his brand. It's not with his brand. He will get you the fuck out of there.
When I need to be professional. XQC is obviously not in my liking. He's not my friend. He hates on me for no reason. Yeah. I don't talk about him. Prior to him talking about me, I've never spoken about this man. But he gets on there and he called me a view botter. He say DDG this and your music sucks and blah, 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 blah. But in person, he want to shoot a basketball around me with his feet out, with his toes out. So I'm like, bro, this is a nice white man. He don't want no smoke. He's scared to even look me in the eyes. So that's why I said what I said. And then Neon already leaked what didn't happen. I'm not going to go into detail, but he waited for a certain reason, and then he started saying what he said. I'm like, bro, like, what do I look like whooping XQC ass, man? What do I look like that? Mind you, even if that was the case, if it was that deep to me, he gonna sue me so goddamn hard. It ain't gonna be no fight. It's gonna be a lawsuit.
For what it's worth, I don't necessarily blame XQC for this online persona that he's decided to take on. You know, I'm not necessarily here to give any career advisement. He's bigger than me and anybody else who would be seeing this. You know, you do what you want to do. But for one, you do have to give your opinions as creators, as reactors, as commentators, as whatever. And you're not going to like everything. You're not going to like everyone. And that's totally okay. Some of these people can be some of the biggest names in the world. And for whatever reason, you just don't have an affinity for them. Mine is J. Cole. You know, for whatever reason, I'm not the biggest fan of J. Cole. And there shouldn't be anything wrong with that. With me saying it, with me feeling it, or whatever the case may be. But if it's one thing that I'm not gonna do is get into a situation after I've said all these things about J. Cole online where I am in real life with J. Cole and then go to dap him up, try to play basketball with him, get some shots off.
With your toes out too, Umeezy. You gotta add that in with your toes out.
Show him my mixtape. That would be very fake of me, especially if I was doing personal attacks. You know, attacks on people's character, like saying that they're view botters, saying that they're broke, saying they don't spend time with their children, etc., etc. I think DDG put a real nice point in it, saying that XQC felt like an IRL hater, like his biggest IRL hater coming to fruition and seeing him in real life, especially because he did that one video where he sat down with his biggest haters and confronted them. It was a lot of rah-rah online, and then when they got in person, the stories and the reasoning just kind of fell apart, kind of like a chihuahua just barking without a lot of bite. People also have to understand that content creators are artists and they see everything. Why? Because they have communities out there that send them stuff, or if a good title or thumbnail comes around the block, it gets sent out to them, or they check DMs, or they just see everything about them. Trust me, I've been in situations in which my commentary videos have gotten to other content creators and they have either iced me out, cussed me out, or tried to have a stern talking to with me about the content that I make on this channel, me giving commentary towards them. Whether it was good, bad, a misunderstanding, or whatever, they see that shit and they feel it. And this is just me with 131K subscribers.
That's crazy as fuck to me. I ain't gonna lie. Another grown man off, because there are also women here that also get talked about. Grown men and women now coming to me talking about, I didn't like your take, gang. You need to take that back. Hey, man, too many people already seen it. I gotta stand on it at that point. Like, it is what it is. But hey, I truthfully think you could talk shit. You could talk all the shit you want. But just know, you make the bed that you want to lay in, gang.
The button, it could be more. Imagine if you're one of the biggest saying these things. They're going to see it, and people's audiences are going to pitch one another against each other. Oh yeah, bro, you can't be in real life and kick it with me and try to skate with me. Now, instead of XQC going home and addressing these things head on, saying, hey, this is probably a character that I play, or there's nothing wrong with giving opinions, I don't know, giving some sort of middle ground, he kind of validates everyone's claims about him. He goes home, closes that glass door, and gets to barking again like a little dog.
It's the jump shot.
Okay, Umeezy.
No shoes. It's a nice white man right here, man. It just doesn't make sense for me to even be going back and forth with this nigga, man.
Now reverse the rules though. Oh, now I'm weird. Now I'm weird for bringing it up. Is my jump shot not cool enough? Am I not fucking, yo, am I not tough enough? I don't get it. Is being no shoes on makes me lesser? Like, dude, this is a streaming game. Like, we're trying to make everybody laugh and have a good time. We're trying to provide value for the fucking people that watch it. The only reason why we are able to do any of this is that the people will watch. The whole point is to create value for those who spend the time to look for stuff to watch. Not here to fucking flex and be fucking cool and gangster and whatever the fuck, or tough or fucking nah, whatever. That's not what we're here for. That's not how you make anything. If I said something black man, I would be fucking canceled forever. I would be donezo if I added something.
Am I lost? Wait, what happened? How did we get there? How did we get here? DDG said you are a very nice white man. How did we get to this point? I'm confused. Hold on, let me listen to this.
Added something black man. I would be fucking Jover. I'd be out of here in 3 minutes.
The old step back 3.
Yeah, so I'm confused. How did we get to that conclusion? How did we get to that comparison? DG said you're a very nice white man compared to the shit you were talking to him about online. And now it's, if I said something negative about black people.
Whataboutism reversed racism card. It's one that's been played time and time again, but there's a trap card for that. It's called We Understand You Can't Take Accountability.
I was thinking in general, when I meet some people in the
Oh, he cut that shit off because there's what's it called? Copyrighted music in it. Or maybe my computer just broke.
And I'm glad XQC went ahead and acknowledged some of these things while he was.
Yo, Meezy, Gang, I don't know what the fuck bro said. Like, how am I supposed to give my opinion? You know what? I already gave my opinion. You can talk shit. Just lie in the bed that you make.
Back behind that screen protected. But what becomes abundantly clear to me is that he's not addressing the ramifications of him making these baseless claims, specifically by name. I think if he was just saying that Twitch was view botting or I have a problem with this person or whatever the case may be, it would not hold a lot of weight. But to drag it the way he did, to bring in all these people's names, that's where it gets outrageous. At some point, he gets called out for being a hypocrite. And when he jokes and says that people are view botting, then it's fine, it's dandy. But when other people call him out for it, it's bad all of a sudden.
And everything is jokes and not serious except when DDG makes a joke. Now it's deep all of the sudden and it's offensive.
Yeah, but it's not a joke though. Like I'm old enough to see this, bro. A joke though. This is like when Sean the Black says a joke about me. Oh, XQC, the racist guy, dude. How is it a joke? That's just fucking brain dead. Like that's just like what a stupid fucking take that is. Like. How is that a joke? It's just trash. And then he says, oh no, I'm backing away from that. And then he does it again and again and again. It's literally his shtick. Every fucking couple days, he tweets about fucking, this is racist. This guy's, oh yeah, he thinks about everybody being racist when there's not even a hint of racism in anything he posts about. The guy sees the fucking ghosts of the fucking KKK moving around. Like, a schizoing fucking clan leaders walking around or some shit. Like, what the fuck's going on, man? Dude, like...
What the fuck is he talking about? I don't understand. He's talking about someone making a joke about him and him not being very happy about it. Okay, cool. What the fuck are we talking about? He's getting to the KKK? Like, maybe I just don't have enough context, but it's throwing me.
Relax, buddy. Not everything is racist. Like, Christ, man.
Y'all notice how XQC went with the race card again?
Cause I feel like XQC say a lot of shit on stream that don't like, but in his head it's like, oh, it's just a clip, or oh, it's just this moment I feel like you're being a this. So when I see you in person, it's not that deep, I don't care. But the other are like, yo, gang, that's not how I move, gang. You talked about me, I don't.
Okay, then fair enough. Then we can't be friends, I guess. If you're somebody who can't take a light fucking jab that everybody laughs and it creates.
Measy.
I don't care.
Then fair enough. Then we can't be friends, I guess. If you're somebody who can't take a light.
Measy, did you put this here? Oh, Measy, did you put this here, or who did this? Was this a part of his stream?
A light fucking jab that everybody laughs and it creates some content. If you cannot make content off of either self-depreciating or throwing small jabs, then okay, then I think you're a bad streamer. One, if you cannot take a small jab for fun out of left field, right? Then I think you suck at making content. And I don't really give a shit. I mean, it is what it is. I take shots out of everybody all the time, and nobody blinks an eye when I take a bazillion shots that are one joke sometimes.
I think he made it.
I don't. Isn't that? Wait, maybe he showed the clips out of order because not unless that clip was after the one that we previously saw at the end of the day. There was a lot of hypocrisy there.
An interesting point, though, about the whole friendship conversation, saying to your age when he made his comments that, well, I guess we just can't be friends. If you're not self-deprecating, if you can't throw little shots and jabs, et cetera, then we can't be friends. I mentioned these secrets about the streaming industry and content creation as a whole earlier in this video, and I'm here to reveal them now. One, people are putting on an act. I know. Hot take of the week, shocker, most people don't know that. A lot of these guys are playing pretend, they're playing make-believe, and they have a persona that exists when they have the comfort of their home and the digital screens behind them. Most people don't know this though. The average height of a streamer / content creator that's a man is about 5'6". The relevance of that is like totally unimportant.
Is that true? Is that just streamers? Is that like content creation in general? Motherfucker, I'm 6'1". Damn. I think it's short.
But they also weigh 130 pounds, also unimportant. But what I'm trying to say to you guys is that they play big and bad. They zoom in on the camera to make them look tougher, meaner, stronger. The camera also adds a little bit of weight. Please don't talk about me and my fupa. But they're doing all of this to make them seem like
Get in the gym, Omeezy. Get in the gym.
a cool guy for their audience. The audience can't really check them. The audience can't really say anything about them, whatever the case may be. They only get the glimpses that they are given from the content creator. Another secret to reveal is that everybody in the streaming industry aren't friends. There's this automatic assumption that everybody who streams, creates content, especially within the same niche or realm, is some sort of friend with one another. And I really just don't get that. They might talk about the same things. They might have the same setups and same cameras. Hell, they might have even been in the same place and space at one point in time. But that doesn't mean that you're a friend. Think about the job that you had. Well, everybody's unemployed over at the Unemployed News Network, but everybody who works at every McDonald's that flips burgers isn't friends. Everybody who is an insurance adjuster isn't friends nationwide because they just so happen to work at State Farm, and that's not how that works. With that being said, that doesn't mean that you get to joke around with everybody the way that you would do your friends. I might call my friends a bitch and a pussy and a hoe and all these other cuss words and, you know, punch them on their arm and give them all this, that, and the third, IRL, or in my streaming group, in my friend group that makes content. Just because I see another content creator who is within my audience, within my wheelhouse, or whatever the case may be, does not mean that I get to joke around with them like that. I just don't understand why audience can't understand that concept, and then also why streamers apparently can't understand that concept either. This is where that shift is coming in 2026 that I always talk about. People are gonna go and be more with their cliques in their groups because people just can't understand these two concepts that I just referenced, and therefore I don't want to be in an awkward time or awkward situation where I'm, you know, not vibing with them, not connecting with, not doing all these things with this other person, and then the chats and the Twitter comms and all this stuff are coming after me. So I'm just gonna stay with my community. And XQC knows this stuff. Yet instead of taking any sort of accountability, he tries to make some sort of analogy that just doesn't fit.
I get mad at a coworker. Who gives a shit? In 30 fucking years, we're never gonna talk. I'm not gonna talk to 99% of the people I interact with. Like, what am I mad about?
I have an actual question, right? If, let's say, I don't fucking know, you're at work and some guy at work, right? He always forgets to do one part of the work, right? And he submits it and he cuts corners and he's a fucking asshat. And then the boss asks him, yo, have you seen him do that? He said, yeah, he does that. This guy's fucking stupid for doing his shit, right? And you see him at a party, right? Do you go, yo, Matthew, you fucking bitch. Yo, you corner cutting fucking rat. Fuck you. Matthew the sucker. And if you don't do that, dude, you're folding. Chat, you're folding. You're a folder. You're not gonna press that bitch ass Matthew. You're not gonna press that motherfucker.
Okay, I get what he's saying here. He's saying that the work doesn't follow me home. You feel me? Like, if whatever I say at work stays at work, and that's what the circumstances are. No, you do not have to go press anybody just because if they were blowing you, if they were throwing you at work. If they bring it up though, stand on what you said. If they bring it up, stand on what the fuck you said. Because if you backpedal, it makes it look like, yo, your opinion is invalid. It holds no weight. Stop talking. But yo, as soon as you don't have to engage, but like, just like how they said that, like when Kai was talking to him, he should have been like, yeah, like I looked at your streaming numbers and it looked fishy as fuck to me. But those are my opinions. That Twitch will have more of the back end, more of the data. Simple. But he didn't want to do all that because I feel like he doesn't want to burn bridges. But after all this extra shit, he was like, all right, let me just burn the bridge. Let me set that motherfucker on fire. Throw a propane tank on that out.
So you're gonna fold then, is what you're saying. I find that to be very short-sighted. It's like, I think it's why I have an easy time, like, not holding grudges against people that I don't have a problem with. The reality is that when there was no money in streaming, nobody was soft. Nowadays, everybody is just so soft. It's like soft noodle. I don't, yes, it says you.
Streaming isn't soft because you can't get your jokes off with people that aren't friends with you. And also, that analogy about the coworker situation is totally baseless. It doesn't fit. Nobody's saying that you have to run down on them IRL and remind them of your take. But if you do get approached about your opinion IRL, you should be able to stand on your opinion IRL. If J. Cole comes and asks me in the comment section or at DreamCon or whenever I would see J. Cole, I don't know where, maybe playing basketball in the streets or whatever the case may be. Hey, do you think that I am
riding his bike? You know, you're just riding your bike downtown, and J. Cole pulls up beside you, talking about, yo,
I don't know, number 3 out of the big 3 between him, Drake, and Kendrick? I would say yes. Why? It's not a problem to say yes. Like, there's nothing wrong with standing on your opinion. But the fact that you don't is the reason why people have problems with you. So now you're talking about the streaming industry is soft and that you can't be friends with these people. But honestly, XQC, I can almost guarantee you that people wouldn't want to be friends with you, especially seeing as to how you've ruined friendships in the past.
My generation, like, no longer collaborating with one another and no longer having a sense of community with one another, I would say was XQC's mistreatment of other content creators kind of started this drama. He would just like treat every content creator like a fucking NPC.
This man actually needs help. I'm not. Somebody's gotta check in and just sit down. Are you okay? Yo, Hassan, we care. Are you okay, buddy?
Now, look, my editor / story person wants me to let you guys know, and yes, I do have those, that XQC got a wake-up call this past weekend. But I don't think that this is just about XQC getting a wake-up call. No. I think that's too easy. I think the entire industry got a wake-up call. People get mad about it being clicked up and, you know, people aren't friends, people are fake in front of you. No. The things that you say online do have actual impact. They do have consequences and repercussions. You can't just say things behind this screen and then stand up from your chair, even though you don't really go anywhere, and then try to be cool and shake people's hands and dap them up and be cordial in their face as if you don't have to address those things. That awkward interaction between Neon and Ray said everything that I needed to know. You don't get to call me out of my name and then reap the benefits of being my friend or being around me. That's just not how things work. And I've stated on this platform before that a lot of what's going on in streaming and content creation is a hodgepodge, a mix-up, a mashing of different cultural identities, different races, different religions, different societal norms or, you know, customs or whatever being forced together for the sake of the bag. People that
I feel like that's how it is all over the world. I think that's what he just said about how people come together from different points, different walks of life and have to fucking work together, communicate, live across the street from one another. It's just how the fucking world works. And I'm surprised that majority of people don't think it still translates to the streaming community. It translates to everything. It's everywhere. It's everything.
I would never ever collaborate were collaborating simply due to the fact that they knew that they could run up some sort of viewership. But I'm here to tell you that that is no more. Every single day we're seeing people section off and faction off because they just don't want to deal with the nonsense and BS. Sure, we could run up a bunch of views by hanging out with this dude, but last stream he did have a white hood on with a gorilla mask next to him. Last stream he had on some dude that was calling
who the fuck was that?
Black people a hard R and they were laughing at each other. Last stream, he did talk about my mother and say that she had knock knees and gap teeth. But then when I ran up on him in real life because we both shop at the same Walmart or Target when I was in South Florida, he was on hush mode. I don't want to deal with that anymore. The industry is saying they don't want to deal with that anymore. Everything that you do in real time has bigger consequences. And so the two-facedness that XQC and other streamers have is being broadcasted and casted out right now. Just watch what you say online, gang. You never know who's watching.
Yo, good luck, so Meezy. I didn't expect to get to that in the video like that. Good luck, so Meezy. Appreciate you keeping our ear to the streets about what's happening in the streaming community. I know I'm a little late to the party, but that's besides the point. I do think that talk your shit, but if you are ready to talk your shit, just be prepared with whatever consequences that comes with you talking your shit. It is what it is. But thank you guys. Tell me what your guys' thoughts are down in the comments. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Like up, sub up. And I'll catch you on the next one. Grit your teeth and chase your dreams.